क्लेश कर्म विपाक आशयै aparamrishtah purusha vishesha ishwarah. This is a very wonderful sutra from Yoga Darshanam, Samadhipad, 24th sutra, first chapter, where Patanjali Muni is explaining in 3-4 sutras. He starts to explain about Almighty God. This is the first sutra where he starts to explain about who is that Almighty God. The specialty about this sutra is, Patanjali Muni says, which are the qualities or gunas which does not have any relationship with Almighty God. So the sutra says klesha, number 1 klesha, number 2 karma, number 3 vipak, and number 4 ashaya. These 4 gunas, or we can say these 4 does not have any relationship with Almighty God ever. Purusha Vishesha Ishwaraha. Purusha means, in the Vedic sense, in the Vedic Dharma, Purush means both Jivatma and Paramatma based on the context. Here it is saying Purusha Ishwaraha, so this is denoting to Almighty God. Purusha Vishesha Ishwaraha. He is a Vishesh Purush. Purush actually means Chetan Tattva. Almighty God is also Chetan Tattva. Jivatma also is Chetan Tattva. So in the Chetan Tattva, Vishesha Chetanata is there for Almighty God based on this sutra. This is what Patanjali Muni is trying to explain. See, I have explained this sutra, or I have mentioned this sutra in so many audio videos, but again and again we must be very sure to understand who is that Almighty God. In fact, if you see the Vedas, in the 20,000 odd mantras, many mantras speaks about Almighty God's qualities, because Almighty God is not easily understandable. That's why we must try to listen about the guna karma swabhava of Almighty God again and again and again until our last breath. Until our last breath we must listen about that God, so that we may never enter into any illusion or avidya about Almighty God. Today there are thousands of Almighty God created by human beings. So we must match the qualities of Almighty God with the Vedas and come to a conclusion. And these kind of sutras which are written by Rishi Munis also will help us to identify who is the real Almighty God. Like, this sutra, I was seeing one video, I think 2-3 months back, where one Jain Sadhu, Jain Muni, he was telling that, see, even Yoga Darshana speaks about our Tirthankars. Yoga Darshana, he quoted this sutra and said that, see, our Tirthankars also does not have Klesh, Karma, Vipak and Ashaya. So they are mentioned in the Yoga Sutra. That's why, to clarify, Vyas Muni says, Ishwarasaya cha tat sambandho na bhuto na bhavi. Par aparamrishta means sambandham. Ishwarasaya, in that Almighty God, Klesh, Karma, Vipak and Ashaya did not exist in the past, is not existing in the present and will not exist in the future. Na bhuto na bhavi. Whereas if you take any human being who has attained moksha, I am not sure Tirthankars attained moksha, but they say that Tirthankars attained moksha without Vedic Dharma, etc. But okay, that's their principle. But I am just telling, even today also, when we take any Mukta Jivatma, for example Sri Krishna Maharaj or Vyas Muni or any Rishi Munis who are in moksha today, they also will match to this sutra. They do not have Klesh, they do not have Karma, they do not have Ashaya, they do not have Vipak. But are they Ishwar? No, they were having Klesh, Karma, Vipak, Ashaya in the past. After Tapasya, they removed it and they became Mukta Jivatmas. But whereas Almighty God does not have this quality in the past, in the present and future. So this is how we must understand Almighty God. Otherwise, we will start worshipping anybody as Almighty God. We will start worshipping Sri Krishna as Almighty God. So we must be very careful to understand the sutras, the secrets of Rishi Munis. So what is Klesha? Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha, Pancha Klesha. based on my previous videos. If you have seen that, you know what is avidya. Yesterday I made a video on asmita. Ragdvesh, I have made several videos. Abhinivesh is the fear of death. Abhinivesh, klesh is there in even the smallest insects to the Vidwan. Patanjali Muni says even Vidwan has got Abhinivesh klesh. Whereas Almighty God does not have any klesha. He does not have avidya, he does not have asmita, does not have ragadvesh and abhinivesh. He did not had in the past, he does not have today, he will not have in the future also. Aparamrishtah, कोई संबंध नहीं है. क्लेश और Almighty God का कोई संबंध नहीं है किसी भी काल में. This is the definition of Almighty God. And if you want to understand what is asmita, please go through my yesterday's video. So God does not have any relationship with any klesha. This is the first point. And the second point is karma. God does not have any relationship between karma and him. Means here it is what karma? It is klesha yukt karma. God does not do any deed based on kleshas, based on avidya. God will not do any avidya yukt karma. Every karma of Almighty God. What are the karmas of Almighty God? First we must understand. Creation of this universe is a karma. Creation of this universe, sustenance of this universe, destruction of this universe, controlling the birth, controlling the result of the deeds of the jivatmas. Everything is the karma of Almighty God. But every karma of the Almighty God which I mentioned is based on vidya, not based on avidya, not based on any klesh. So klesha karma aparamrishtah. There is no relationship between klesha karma and Almighty God in the past, in the present, and it will not be there in the future also. And then vipaka. Vipaka aparamrishtah. What is vipaka? I made a video. I made 2 videos on karma. There is one sutra which speaks about vipaka. Sati mule tad vipako jati ayu bhoga. What is vipak? Vipak means enjoying the result of the karmas in terms of jati, ayu and bhog. Jati means jananam, taking birth. God does not have any relationship between birth. God does not take birth in the human body or any other body. So this definition clarifies that Almighty God has never taken any avatar. God does not come into avatar. God does not take birth in as Sri Ram or Sri Krishna, etc. And ayu and bhog, God does not take birth to enjoy. Like there are Puranic stories. I was listening to one so-called Acharya some time back. He was telling that, see, Almighty God was in boredom. He was alone. So he created this universe as a leela to enjoy pleasures. Bhog, God does not have this kind of bhog. Jati, ayu, bhog. He does not create this universe for leela, for making pleasures, taking pleasures. No. So we must understand God exactly as He is based on scriptures. Otherwise we will worship those gods which are man-made, which will push us to andhakar yonis. Vipak means result of karmas. See, understand, God does every karma like creation of the universe. But God does not face the result for creating the universe. God maintains the universe. God destroys the universe. But God does not face the result of these karmas, because these karmas are vidya yukta karmas. These karmas are not avidya yukta karmas. Even a jivatma, sati mule tad vipako. Sati mule means when the avidya exists in the root, in the chitta, when the avidya exists, then you will get the result of the deeds as jati, ayu and bhog. When the avidya is destroyed by tapasya, even that jivatma will not get the result of the deeds. He will become moksha jivatma. He will become samadhist purush. So God does not face the result of any of his karmas for creation of the universe, sustenance of the universe, etc. So we must be very clear in this definition. And the fourth one is ashaya. Ashaya means sanskar. See, whenever if I'm talking, I'm making videos based on Vedas and Vedic Dharma, I will get an impression in my chit automatically based on my karmas. Today I watched so many movies. So all these movies, whatever I watched, will be in my chitta. Today I am going and playing tennis. Whatever karma I do, the chitta will get impressions, and this is called as ashaya or sanskars. God does not have any relationship with ashaya also. God does not have any sanskars inside him because God does not have chitta. Chitta is made from prakriti. God does not have any relationship with chit, mind, body, intellect, etc. etc. Like we have panchakosha, annamaya kosh, pranamaya kosh, manomaya kosh, vijnanamaya kosh, like that. These 4 kosh, and the final one is the karan sharir, which is called as anandamaya kosh. These panchakosha are created from prakriti. God does not have any relationship with the koshas, so God does not store any of his sanskars. There is no sanskars in Almighty God. And when you have sanskars, you will have vrittis. When the chitta has got sanskars, from the sanskars vritti will get created, and when the chitta vritti gets created, we will act accordingly. God does not do these kind of things. In fact, Upanishad, one of the Upanishad says, Swabhavaki Jnanam Balam Kriyacha. Swabhavik hai, apne aap. For creation of the universe, God does not need to take a paper and pen and plan how to create the universe. Swabhavaki Jnanam Balam Kriyacha. It's all automatic. When the power is cut off, automatically from the inverter the light will come. So if it's connected to the inverter, whenever the power goes, the inverter will start working. Swabhavik. Like that, Almighty God's creation, sustenance and destruction and giving the result of our deeds are all based on his Swabhavik power. He is so great that he does not need to think for doing anything. So he does not have ashaya or sanskars inside him. And he does not act anything based on avidya or based on emotional feeling. He does not have emotions like human being. God is supreme jnani, that we must understand. That's why Patanjali Muni has written that Purusha Vishesha Ishwaraha. He is also Chetan Tattva, but he is a Vishesh Chetan Tattva, and he does not have klesha. We have emotions. We take decision based on emotions due to avidya. We come into sadness. We cry for something. We have so many desires inside us based on avidya. God does not have these kind of desires. Yes, Upanishad also says iksha. Even Vedas, 10th Mandal Rigveda says about ikshan. This ikshan is desire of Almighty God to do good to others. That means God has a desire inside him to create the universe so that the Jivatma can get benefited by the universe. And God's karma are based on this Nishkam Bhavana. We do karma based on Nishkam and Sakam Bhavana both. We do karma based on avidya also. God does not do any karma based on avidya. So, see the definition of Almighty God. Extremely clear. So, when we know any Almighty God which we are worshipping like Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, we worship so many God. Allah, Jesus, everyone. We must compare those gods with this definition. Na bhuto na bhavi. That's what Vyas Muni says. Kaivalyam praptastarhi santi. After Kaivalyam, after attaining moksha, somebody can question that these gunas are not there for even those jivatmas. So, are they also Almighty God? No. He says, Ishwarasya cha tat sambandho na bhuto na bhavi. They are jivatmas, they attained moksha. But they had karma bandhan. They were in kleshas. They were doing sakam karma. They were undergoing jati ayu bhoga vipaka karma. They were under the karmashaya. They had sanskars in their chitta earlier. Based on the tapasya, they have destroyed everything. Now they have become mukta jivatma. So, but Ishwar does not have this connection in the past, in the present and in the future. So this kind of information we must try to gather again and again. When you wake up in the morning, this kind of sutras, when you note down, take notes in a small notebook. When you wake up in the morning, try to go through one page daily. Like tomorrow morning you can go through this sutra. Day after tomorrow you can go through another sutra which I have made earlier, or another Ved mantra meaning you can write and go through that God's quality. So when you sit for meditation, when you sit for name jap, you will be absolutely clear on your meditating on that Almighty God who is the purest ever, who did not had any avidya, who did not have any avidya, who will not have any avidya. That is the God I am worshipping. You will be so clear, and you will also be able to connect to that Almighty God in meditation. See, these are all very, very important sutras in our life. And the next sutra is further, so secretive. I will make a separate video on the next sutra 25. I have never made that sutra. It's a superb sutra, ultimate sutra, which I will try to explain to you in future. But whenever you listen about Almighty God, try to make notes. It's not compulsory, but when you make notes, you will get inspiration from inside to read it again. Or when you make notes, you will get more memory power to remember the qualities of Almighty God, and you will never get misguided by anybody else in your life. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.